Well, let's come back home, and Melburnians are being warned against swimming at some of the city's most popular beaches amid fears the water there is polluted.
The Environment Protection Authority says the aggressive storms that are on Christmas Day have left beach quality at 13 beaches rated as poor.
That's no good.
Now, for more, reporter Lisa Maksimovic joins us now from Melbourne's St Kilda foreshore.
Good morning, Melissa and Michael. And Melissa, I can tell you this is actually my local patch down here at St Kilda, and I'll be the first to admit it doesn't normally resemble the Whitsundays at the best of times, but it is a very popular beach. On a nice hot day here in Melbourne, you're hard-pressed to find a place to put your towel sometimes, so it's very, very popular down here, and especially with a lot of hot weather coming up, it's not great news to see the water in this sort of condition. I've had a good look down here this morning, and I'm afraid to say it's quite dark and murky and not looking very pretty at the moment. And that's all due to the severe storms that we had here on Christmas Day in Melbourne. There's some heavy pollutants that have washed out into the bay and affected almost a dozen beaches over the past couple of days. The Environmental Protection Authority is warning swimmers to steer clear of some of these areas over the next couple of days. I'm joined now by the acting CEO of the organisation, Katrina Mackenzie. Katrina, thanks for joining us.
Hi Lisa, good to be here.
Katrina, what is the warning from the EPA to swimmers?
Well, for 7 beaches that have been affected badly and they're rated as having a poor water quality, we advise people not to swim. Of the other beaches, there's some beaches that should be fine to swim, depending if there's storm water going into it.
So there's 7 beaches now that have been affected. There were 13 from yesterday, so has there already been improvements?
Yes, there's been significant improvement, and if the weather stays like this, we should see more improvement as well.
For those, especially not from Melbourne, what sort of area of coastline are we talking that was affected since the storms?
The storm really impacted the majority of the coastline, but now it's really at the top end of the bay, the 7 beaches that are still rated as poor water quality.
So from St Kilda here, a few kilometres each way?
That's right, yes, that's right.
What sort of debris and pollutants did we see wash into the bay after those storms?
There's a whole range of pollutants washed in, such as topsoil, rubbish, dog droppings, just everything.
Dog droppings, that's not very nice. Maybe people need to pick after their dogs a little more.
That's actually one of the worst pollutants for our water.
Well, that's not good to hear. I don't think there'll be many people swimming after hearing that news. So what is, aside from other debris and toxins, I mean, any sort of chemicals or things that are real nasties that could affect swimmers?
Not that we're aware of at this stage, no.
So what's the worst that could happen if people ignored the warnings? Anything that could make people sick?
It's hard to say how it'll impact an individual, but if you're not feeling well, it's sometimes associated with gastro or itchy eyes. Just go see your GP.
So with good weather, what can we expect over the next couple of days? Will it take a long time to clear up?
Well, that's the good news. By the end of the week, we're expecting this event to only impact us for 24 to 48 hours. If the weather holds, it should be great water for the weekend.
Well, that's very good news indeed. Katrina Mackenzie from the EPA there, thank you very much for joining us on News Breakfast. So not very pretty at the moment, as we've mentioned there, guys, but the good news is that for all those people who are planning a picnic or a barbecue down by the seaside for New Year's Eve, they can probably still take a dip during that hot weather.
Lisa, you're not afraid of a few dog droppings, are you?
I can't say I go swimming with them very regularly.
Oh, come
I'm not afraid of them. Little submarines going past, but no, it should be right by the weekend. That's good news. I'll be in amongst it, I think.
Good to hear. Lisa Maksimovic at St Kilda, thanks very much for that.
I have to say, as one of those interstate visitors who wouldn't mind a dip in the beach with a bit of hot weather coming up for Melbourne, it's been a while since I've been able to get to the beach, given Canberra being inland at all. I'm relieved to hear it's going to get better because I really was hoping to get a day at the beach, and I don't like the prospect of the way that water at St Kilda is looking at the moment.
Yeah, well, hopefully all the water and the things in it that float on the surface will clear very quickly. We live in hope.